We don't stop, fill up on my body, babe. Ooh, touch me like a summer night. And throw your kisses down like Malibu. Welcome to the land of fame excess. Am I gonna fit in? Never go.
Malibu trick 1. So today's inspiration is California concepts, and for concept number 1, so I could take it off already because it was just a prop. How can you be Californian without whitening your teeth through powder? Do I look like I've just been at Malibu? And I got my nose job from my Californian doctor down in Newport Beach. So today's video inspiration. That's today's storyboard. Okay, so I am now gonna be playing into Hi, my name is Roger, and today I will be playing the part of Roger Awkward / Californian. And I have my nose job done. This is not a pore strip. I got my nose done in Newport Beach because you can't be Californian without a nose job. But if I were to give you some references on beauty items, because this is a nose job, not a nose strip, I just want to promote this nose strip, the Target brand nose strips. I like them because they're cheaper than the Biore ones, and they're probably made from the same company and the same factories. It's just a different label on it. They're smart. And same goes for the whitening strips from the Target brand. I think they're like $15 or $14.99 or $12.99. These are really good, but they really sensitive my teeth out, so I would recommend using these for like 10 to 12 minutes. Don't use them for 20 or 30. It says 30, like my teeth would like fall off and chip. So I would use them for 10 to 12 minutes every 2 to 3 days. Like, don't do it in a week. Your teeth are gonna be like marshmallows. I had a dream about marshmallows and I wanted to buy marshmallows, so I wonder if I will be buying marshmallows soon. Okay. I had the idea slide into my mind while I was taking a bath last night of Roger Awkward's form with the tan overlay of makeup. Because I had the tan body from yesterday and from yesterday's video, and I haven't played with tan makeup since I've been into the concept of white stage makeup. So I wonder how my face would take tan makeup, because if you think of, I connected it to this thought. If you think of bodybuilders and how they tan their face and their body completely with that brown shimmer and the brown gold, so it makes all their features more sculpted and more defined, I'm thinking that you can do the same thing with makeup on your face, because you can do it with like your regular coverage makeup, but when it's tan, you get to play with the concept of California, and I want to play with the concept of California because I live in California. Okay, are you ready for the nose job reveal? Ow, that hurts. Oh, look at my nose job. So if you would like to join me on this taste and trip to and from California, feel free to join me. Let's pull out the tan makeup. Actually, I have some brow tint on from last night that kind of clung onto my skin, but actually darkened my features and made me look more Latin and more Mexican. And let's play with that part too, our Mexican and Californian roots. So let's darken up those first.
Pen, put it on the paper, right on my skin.
I like the mustache because I think it's just so referential, and I remember when I first started growing it out, I thought I felt like I looked like my grandpa from my father's side. And that was very weird, but also was comforting, I guess. But maybe that's why I also keep it on, which is kind of interesting. And I also love to channel Burt Reynolds and Tom Selleck because they were beautiful men and smart men, because to act the way they did, you have to be smart.
Tell me you believe, get down on your knees. They say love is religion.
I'm using this one and a mix of that one. I woke up today after like an eventful night and day yesterday. But of course, that was all wiped out. I feel like when you wake up in the morning, it's just you there. Like if I were to like give a feeling to the feeling of waking up in the morning, I would be, you're laying there as like a plank of wood. So you're just there as a plank of wood. So I was just there with blurry eyed. And then I had a few thoughts lead to the rest and to the rest, and then my eyes got really wide-eyed and open when I came across, or I let the thought come in about the tan overlay on Roger Awkward's face. It was that thought that I put together that opened my eyes really wide, and it got me up in the morning. I saw a face, like a moon face with a tan overlay, and I wanted to see how that would look and how it would define features. Because if you see your face as like a blank canvas or as like a moon, like a circular moon, then you get to just create the little shapes that you want on top, or little dimensions that you want, or the craters that you want. I like a straighter horizontal sideburn because it makes me think of Jim Morrison, and his face was just so beautiful. And if we could reference that and have it be like picked up, that's cool to me. Okay, since we're here, let's just already add it to the eye to give us some shape. Like if you see your eye socket is just a line, if you see your, like, I used to see eyes as like, say you had skin over your eyes and then you took a knife and you cut it and then you open it's open eye now. So if you see it as in that way, then you see it as just a line, and you could extend it, not extend it, and just play with it. Should we do the inner part? I think Cam Petras would be happy if we did.
Girl.
Q. Do your kisses taste like Malibu now? I like the platform and medium of the makeup video and the makeup hacks or makeup tips, because it's all a platform to perform. And if you look at the phone that you're holding right now and you turn it onto its side, you see that it's just a piece of metal and like glass on top, and it's thin glass. And what you do with it is up to you. There's so much you can do with that touchable glass in front of your hand. You can make music, you can make movies, you could do anything. It's just a touchable glass. Like if you look at a mirror, it's what you're holding is this, like. And I like the hair on a face, because if you put it right here in the middle, then it's gonna drag your face features into a center. And if you do it more as a square, like I'm talking about beard hair, if you do it more as a square, your face will get wider. And if you do it right here in the middle, it'll pull in your face more. And if you were to shave it like a strip, and it would pull your face in even more. I learned that from just looking at men's faces, or like pictures of men's faces, because men are beautiful. So let's take our, oh, is this dry? Please tell me there's some. Yes. Oh my god, this is gonna be so cool. So I have some footnotes that I typed in when I woke up. And let's say it's a script now because it looks like a script with like certain plot points that you want to hit. So let's look at what script we want to say. Okay, I hit all of them. Roger Awkward with the tan overlay, join me in California. Let's play up the Mexican, Californian, and me and us. Brow tint. So we hit our script, done. So that was me playing the part as Roger Awkward. Bye. It's fine. That was me auditioning as myself for myself with the mask of a stage name. I like the concept of stage name, because if you see names as not letters and you see them more as sounds, when you say someone's name, it's just a sound. It's not really, you're not your name. So once you come up to that idea, you get to like make up your own stage name, like Marilyn Monroe. And I go to her first because I heard RuPaul talk about the concept of names and the concept of sounds, and how she was really smart, and how people are really smart when they create a stage name and you want to play around with letters and sounds. Her name was Marilyn Monroe, M in the first letter on both, M and M. And I think numerology or numerically, her name sounded good coming out of your mouth, like Marilyn Monroe. Like it just slides out of your mouth. And he's, from his point of view and his knowledge of being here on Earth, he came up with that people like double lettered names and double consonant names. Like if it's 7 letters in the first word, 7 letters in the second, we like how that comes out and how that sounds. So her name was perfect for the stage name, and look at her career. And I had that in the background of my thoughts. And I thought Roger Awkward, I like it because it's a really nice starting name, and Roger isn't even my real name, so it's funny to play with that sound of that name because it just fits so much better and it was given to me. But I was open to the idea of a double lettered stage name. And then I had Roger Rude's. At first I saw Roger Rude because I saw Rude on spray painted on a piece of wood while I was scootering one day, and I was like, oh. And I let it sit there, and I was just like, oh, I don't know if I like that, because you're saying that he could be rude already, like you already have a preconceived notion of that word. And then I was saying it out loud, like so it could come out of my throat chakra and see how it sounded. I was like, Roger Rude, and I was like, Roger Rudes. And I like how that came out like a slip and slide. Roger Rudes. And once I let myself say yes to that, now you don't have to take anyone's names that they're given or that they call themselves so seriously. Because you're not your name. You're not the name that your parent gave you, because you're not from your parents. If you believe that, if you were to look up into the sky and believe that you're from the sky, from up there, then you're not really from your parents. That's just the circumstances you fall into, that you needed to, and that can play into the hometown that you come into. Okay, I always tell people if you're having a conversation with me, I'll set up the structure for us to open segments and start new segments and talk about it, but I need to be reeled in somehow by someone, by something. So to remind myself not to take myself seriously, because I'll send out an arrow like a Sagittarius. I'll arch the arrow and then I'll just let it flinger and fly off. So
Who could ever leave me, darling? But who could stay?
let's add some shadow to our nose, to our freshly new nose. I knew I forgot something. I even pulled it out in front of me so I could use it. I always forget to use primer.
My witness. I'm just looking for a witness.
Okay, so how does my face look? Do I look super tan and super Californian and like that I just came from the beach? Let's add some bronzer.
Nothing holding me back.
I'm gonna dip into Iconic. Who else should I dip into? Let's dip into some Kim because she's a Calabasas, California queen. So we're gonna stick in California. And let's dip into a little bit of Ari because we always want to reference Ariana and her story and her essence and her music. And she's from Florida, so it gets a little hot down there. So that's very California-esque. And we're just gonna dig a lot into Iconic.
Sun-kissed skin so hot will melt your popsicle.
What lip would a Californian do? The first thing I went to is like a brown nude. Do I have a brown nude? Or do we want like a cherry? I've just been sucking some popsicles. Let's use Surprise Me by Kylie. Oh yeah. Mixed with some Sugar Pill Girl Crush.
I got a girl crush.
Okay, let's blow this out a little bit.
And my lipstick on your face.
Because if you live in California and you frequent the beach every single day, you don't have time to worry about your lipstick because it was already getting smeared off by the waves crashing onto your face. And since we're at the beach right now, let's give ourselves a burnt suntan nose. Okay, that looks really cool on camera. I'm gonna leave that there. Let's put some red up here so that you can see the sun is hitting us from all points. And let's even put some on our cheeks because we're flushed from the sun.
You make the world look beautiful.
I just love California and the energy and concepts that are in it and from it. And I'll rather play off those than actually walking outside and playing around what's in your area code or 15-mile radius. Because there's so much more to it and to being here. It's all like finger paint. Like, remember our moon? We're just finger painting our moon. I like word moon because I'm thinking of cancers and cancer risings and the concept of moon face. And that could lead me to Ariana. She's like the perfect example of a cancer face. Like, she has like a full rounded pale color face. I think Angelina Jolie, she's a cancer rising too. Like a moi. And we have our Polaroid 1967 jacket on. It was getting a little chilly from the salty breeze in the air. I'm like kind of like, I hope you get the feeling that we're at the beach right now, because right now I'm like really want to be at the beach. Maybe I'll go sit by a canal later on and feel like I'm at the beach. Hashtag hometown boy.
Grew up in a small town.
I forgot eyeliner. Let's play with our Californian voice real quick. I was about to do British and Australian. I usually just do a mix of those. But I really like eyeliner and California and the beach. Don't you just love the sun and the palm trees? I just love the heat, bro, and the waves. There's my vocal fry. I forgot about vocal fry. I wonder if I still have vocal fry. I guess I do. And now I'm gonna be paying attention when I edit videos if I have the Californian vocal fry come through. I probably do. Which is cool. Because you are where you're from. You're not, but on a minuscule view, you're a sponge of where you came from. You're a sponge of where you came from. I think I'll just let that air out. Just give us that Lana Del Rey nose to be extra Californian. Oh, and now that we're talking about artists, I feel like the perfect ones who capture the California concepts and California shapes and California sounds and California everything perfectly is Lana Del Rey, Miley Cyrus, Malibu, even Casey Musgraves a bit. That sound of unconditional love, that sound of being in love and aligned, and that sound of Katy Perry, perfect Katy Perry, that sound of Californian American optimistic voice, optimistic sound, optimistic hope. Because I heard RuPaul, because he lived longer than me, so I'm gonna take him for what he's saying. If the learning process or learning structure is older than me, I have no reason not to believe it, because then I'm just full ego. Like, I haven't been here on Earth that long, and neither have you. Like, you have a deadline of 80 years. So if it's outlived 80 years, it's been here for over 80 years. Like, for the basis of astrology, I'd rather believe that, because if you look up into the sky, it's the same sky that was there 20,000 years ago, and it's the same sky if you were to look at it tomorrow night. Okay, so let me pull my bow back in. What is it saying? Californian looks Californian. Oh, RuPaul was saying that once you leave the country of America, you get to see or get to hear or get to feel that American. Oh, it was about Spice Girls. It was with this. He was talking to Jerry from the Spice Girls, and she was saying that the White Little Mix was White Little Mix. Why Spice Girls was so successful is because they were from Britain, and they captured that perfect point in time of the 2000s, early 2000s, late 90s, of California optimistic message and hope and girl power. And she said, or he said, that once you leave California or leave America, you see how optimistic and how hopeful America and California is. And I would love to experience that. So I wonder how, when, what, and where that will take me to. But you're not going to get that feeling from turning on the news right now. So don't. Just sit down, curl your lashes, and slap on some pink lipstick instead. And then you get to feel the other energies and feelings that are still lingering around the California ground. Okay, so how's that? Here we go. Today's script, which is cool. With a lipstick kiss from a 20-year-old boy, August 18th, 2020. From the looks of it, from the reflection off this camera, this is like the coolest makeup boy look that I felt play together, because I really like it. I feel like it's just capturing and embodying the human spirit, Californian spirit, Californian energies, all wrapped into the concept of film, because these are just shots being recorded on and off, and they're just shots sitting in your gallery. And if you look at them just from your gallery point of view, they're just shots right there, ready to be weaved into something like a movie. And I like that. It's just like, this is just this until you do something with it. So let's say this is the physical form of the video format right now. It's just like sitting there, and you get to apply something to it, like intro, color, music, perfect spot, perfect placing, take 1, take 2, take 3. So do you guys like Roger Awkward's Californian look? I think the title is gonna be Malibu.
Call me ice cream. You could double dip, 'cause I know you like me.
Hello.
Just wanted you to know that this is me trying.
What's more Californian than Apple? Remember the first iPod Touch? Well, that was fun from my touchable glass to your touchable glass. I need to show you my full entire look of Californian. Isn't this tank top perfect? Pacific Ocean. We're floating on top of the Pacific Ocean right now. Pacific Ocean. You wouldn't be oh my god, was that dog poop? You wouldn't be Californian if you didn't have white Converse on and were on your way to scooter or skateboard your way to places.
Turns on TV. Guess who she sees? Skater boy rocking up MTV.
On that note, peace out, world.
I like about you, your hair, your eyes, your old Levi's. When we kiss, I'm hypnotized.
I like playing around with the beauty format because I like to introduce the before. If you see the studio room as a stage, I like to introduce and show you how I got to the stage, how I performed on a stage, and then how I get off the stage and clean up after myself, or clean up the stage. For example, like I want to show or introduce and play with the beauty format of makeup video, but introduce a director's mindset or standpoint to and from it. The gearing up to it and then the gearing down, like using the makeup products and using the tools to express and to perform, and then cleaning the makeup products and cleaning the makeup brushes you use. I think that's really interesting to see the part 1, part 2, part 3, because in most music videos and most makeup videos, you only see part 2, which is the performance part. And there's an intro, body. If you see it as an essay, there's an intro paragraph, a body paragraph, and a conclusion paragraph, all in that performance. So you have an essay right there, and you can add 2 more essays to that body and just make that body a full body, and have an intro that has an intro to it and an intermission to lead you into that. And then you have another intermission after your part 2, and then you have your conclusion, and you get to do your intermission and outro to that, and then you have a full movie. I like that a lot. And that's how my mind works, and that's how I use it. I'm glad that through all the contrasts or through all the events that it brought me down to performing like this. Living, performing, same word. Performing's more fun. And if you were to ask the question about finding yourself or finally found yourself, I think the opposite or answer to that would be, I don't think you ever find yourself. That's what I learned through teachings, is that to play a joke on, if you were to get asked that sentence, you could ask that it's a never-ending process. But instead of finding yourself, you can allow yourself to be yourself. Allow yourself to be your spirit or the spirit, over just allowing yourself to be your mind or the mind. And that's what I was thinking about while I was washing my makeup tools. And I like the format that I ran into of doing day in a life films, beauty films, and quick shots, because I can show you the whole beauty process in a beauty video. I can show you a quick shot, which is 10 minutes of that maybe 30-minute video, all sucked into a 10-minute video. And then I get to show you the day in the life, which is the behind the scenes of how one lives the life, or lives a life in the same life, that the same world that we're both living in. Like, I was thinking about, we have the same Target store to go to, but we leave with different products, or we enter with different ideas and leave with different ideas and different perspectives. So you can't ever judge a person, or you can't ever think about what other people are thinking, because their perception is so different from yours, even though you're from the exact same area code. Which is interesting and cool, and takes a load off your shoulders. I like that thought process of we have the same target. We have the same opportunities or same luxuries or same environment. Let's go make Malibu. Where else are you gonna find a boy blow their nose and have red lipstick and foundation come off? That's why I like playing with the boy body. It's just fun. Here's the art piece and snapshot for this 20-year-old in America. Just add some color, dimension, style to a blank wall. And if it's gonna make me smirk when I look at it, opposed to not wanting to be here, I'll take it. Where should we put today's script at?
The stars come out and all that counts is here.